if speakers are taken care of well, they can last for decades. Paul Klipsch said this very famous line. He said, "My speaker design will only change when the laws of physics change." Jamo's line used to be that sound is personal, and every cinema experience is personal. Speaker technology doesn't evolve as quickly as electronics technology. And like 2 years back, it was 4K, now it's 8K.
Hello everyone and welcome to Smart Home Expo, and today with me I have Mr. Arjun Agarwal, Director of Cinema. Cinema is the brand behind Cinebels, who is a distributor in high-end audio products in India. Mr. Arjun, it's a very good pleasure to meet you.
Thanks, Sunny. Thanks for the welcome. Pleasure to be here.
Take us to Cinebels. What do your brands offer and the mission and the vision behind it?
Sure. So let me start with Cinerama, since this is actually our 70th year. We were founded in 1954, and we were the pioneers in professional cinema in India. We used to manufacture film projectors, sound processors, and speakers, and we've installed thousands of cinemas across the country and exported our projectors to 20 countries across the world. We founded Cinebels in 1999, so this is also Cinebels' 25th year. My father founded Cinebels, and Cinebels was founded to bring the cinema experience home. With Cinebels, our philosophy was we would tie up with the world's best brands, bring them into the country, provide state-of-the-art showrooms for consumers to experience the products in a few key cities, and build and develop a channel network through training, through dealer support, where every customer in India would have access to the brands we offer. Today, we distribute Klipsch, Jamo, Onkyo, Pioneer, and Integra. Klipsch and Jamo are legendary speaker manufacturers, and Onkyo, Pioneer, and Integra are world-famous, industry-leading brands from Japan that focus on electronics.
So for people visiting your booth at the Smart Home Expo, what products that you're going to be featuring for the attendees?
Every year, we find an issue with figuring out what to put in our booths, because Smart Home is such a great platform and we always have so much to show. But this year, I think there are a couple of things that I'm really excited for. We have two spaces. In our booth downstairs, we will be launching Klipsch's newest soundbar line, the Flexus system. And it's the first product collaboration between Klipsch's acoustical engineering and Onkyo electronics. It's a brand new line of soundbars, wireless subwoofers, and it's going to take the industry by storm. It's launching worldwide in April, and in May, the visitors to Smart Home are going to get an exclusive preview to the entire Flexus range. We also have downstairs a Klipsch museum that will walk visitors through the history of Klipsch, the heritage of Klipsch. The thing I'm most excited for is in the new AV section you guys have upstairs, where we have a large room, and there we're going to be showing Klipsch's real cinema system powered by Integra and the Pioneer Elite AVRs. So we're going to have everything from the newest soundbar systems to Klipsch's high-end cinema systems powered by the industry-leading electronics.
Cinebels is in the industry for the last 25 years. In the last 5 to 10 years, this last decade, what have been the key advancements that you have seen?
I would say there have been advancements. There have also been steps back, unfortunately. The reason my father started showrooms was because customers didn't know what high-end audio was. They didn't know why you should spend even 1 lakh or 2 lakhs on speakers. That time the prevailing impression was speakers cost a few thousand rupees. So a lot of the early years were about education and explaining the concept of high-end audio and home cinema to customers. Obviously, with the advent of internet, there is significantly more awareness today. We see more and more customers walking in with some idea of what they want and what the technologies are. Unfortunately, a little bit of knowledge is not always correct. So it behooves the people selling to educate customers. And I think that's where I said, we've taken a few steps back, is we see a lot of people selling without proper education. We see half-baked knowledge leading to wrong system designs. We see people pushing stuff on, based on commercial value and not necessarily what makes the best sense for a customer. And I think that's where we focus a lot on, is training our partners, is educating consumers. And that's, I think, what you guys are doing at Smart Home. Having the training platform is absolutely critical. And I think we need much more of that to make sure that as an industry, we get the right solutions into customer homes. And obviously there's a lot more purchasing power today. Every home has some form of audio. But beyond that, I think as an industry, there's a lot we can do to really elevate the quality of experiences.
Why Smart Home Expo is important for brands and professionals, and how does it benefit the industry?
So last year was the first year we took part, and I was frankly blown away by the quality of the event. The number of attendees was not something I've seen under one roof. Obviously, the Smart Home does a lot more beyond audio. a core focus is automation. So, but I'm talking from an audio industry standpoint. There was a huge amount of attendance, and we had people from all over the country, and I haven't seen that before. So I think it's a very rare opportunity to get dealers, partners from all over the country in and talk on a common platform. And I think it's very important for a country like India because every state has different priorities. People look for different things. In Andhra and Telangana, for example, my dad always says that when we used to install cinemas, the subwoofers were calibrated 6 dB higher than anywhere else in the country because they love bass. Understanding that each region is different, but getting people together and talking about where as an industry we can go, I think is critical. And Smart Home provides that good speakers in. We start from understanding why education is important and then stepping into what that education can consist of.
Can you highlight the technical capabilities of your offerings?
In terms of advent of technologies in high-end audio, as OTT services have come in, as streaming has come in, we've seen systems become smarter and smarter. So I think today it's fair to say that almost all mid to premium AV receivers come with networking and Wi-Fi capability. There are plenty of good streaming options where you can connect a system and make your AV receiver center of your home entertainment experience, which gives you access to Spotify, Amazon, Prime, video streaming services like Netflix, etc. In terms of what we offer on the electronic side, 8K has become the standard in terms of the video processing capability. Content still has a ways to catch up. I think in terms of products, electronics like to stay on the cutting edge because people don't change that often. In terms of audio formats, we've seen Dolby Atmos become the predominant format, which wasn't the case 10 years ago when immersive audio came in. There was Auto 3D. I think there's more and more mainstream adoption of Atmos, but our receivers do provide DTS:X, Atmos, and Auto to give customers the option. In terms of speaker technology, Paul Klipsch said this very famous line. He said, "My speaker design will only change when the laws of physics change," because speakers are not like electronics. They're built based on physics. But there are always evolutions that happen in speaker design as well. So talking about Klipsch, I think Klipsch's core technology is what they call the horn. And the horn is a specific shape given to the drivers in the speaker that provides a number of advantages. It provides high efficiency, which means you need less power to deliver the same output. You get significantly less distortion, you get better dispersion control. And Klipsch were really the guys who pioneered the horn in their speakers. Today, Klipsch is one of the few brands that has horn technology in every speaker it makes, from the cinema speakers to the home range to the in-ceiling speakers, even to our Bluetooth range and soundbars. That's what attendees to the show are really going to get a chance to experience. It's the power of the horn in every form factor you can think of, powered by 8K video, Dolby Atmos, Auto 3D, and I think every streaming service under the sun, from Spotify to DTS Play-Fi.
When buying a premium audio video solution for a home, as a homeowner, what are the factors I need to take into account?
That's a great question, and there's no easy answer because I think it's really independent for every person. Jamo's line used to be that sound is personal, and every cinema experience is personal, and every home experience is personal, which is why we think it's very critical to sit with a client and understand what their requirements are, right? Because we see clients who come in with a whole host of different priorities. One could be, I want to watch a movie every night, right? So I want the hardest hitting cinema system. I don't really care for music, and I want a lot of bass. A second client will come in and say, no, I want something that aesthetically disappears into my room. I want my entire home theater in ceiling. I'm willing to compromise the quality of experience for the aesthetic value. A third person would come in and say, I just want 2 speakers because I'm an avid music listener and I want to, very comfortable looking room where I can sit and just switch off from the world for some time and just listen to soothing music. So I think the first thing is, what application is someone looking for? What priorities are driving that application? And I think one of the most important things is the BOQ design, because if you look at just our brands, for example, we probably have over 400 different products, and there are thousands of different ways we can configure the product. So to give you a small example, what we always guide customers towards in terms of how they spend the money is we say spend about 70% of your money on speakers and about 30% on the electronics. And there are 2 reasons for that. The first reason is if speakers are taken care of well, they can last for decades and they can be passed on from generation to generation. With electronics have a shelf life of 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, right? So electronics is something you want to be able to replace, and therefore you want to not spend as much because you'll have to replace it in a few years. The second is, like I said earlier, speaker technology doesn't evolve as quickly as electronics technology. Right? Like 2 years back, it was 4K, now it's 8K. sound formats change, new protocols keep coming in. And electronics, apart from it failing, is something consumers will want to upgrade every few years. So we always say, spend less of your budget on electronics, spend more on speakers, and then upgrade those electronics every few years.
Take me something like this. I have space for, let's say, 10 people. I'm considering that a 5.1 Dolby system with a laser projector. What is this going to cost me as a consumer? Because India is a price sensitive nation at the end of the day. What is the price customers are looking for? How much are they willing to spend on this?
So I'll modify your question slightly. I'll take out the 4K laser projector because that immediately pushes up the budget, and I'll say they just want a projector and screen, right? From our side, our 5.1 systems start at about 90,000. With the speakers, the AV receiver, and the cables, you can add an entry-level projector and screen for about maybe up to 1 lakh. So you start at about 1.9 to 2 lakhs. That's our starting point with the projector and screen. If you go for a TV, obviously it becomes cheaper. Fortunately, unfortunately, that's not cheap, right? It's the entry level for premium audio. You can spend up to 1 crore with Klipsch speakers, electronics, high-end projectors with our brands. But 2 lakhs is not cheap if you look at an average consumer. But that's the space we're in, and that's the space most of the exhibitors at Smart Home are going to be in a premium audio segment. Now, that being said, we see in terms of our fastest moving products are actually in the 7 to 8 lakh range. That's the highest segment we do by value. And I think that's a fair estimate to say when people are looking for premium audio, then they generally jump up the scale to spend, up to 6-7 lakhs. Well, and also the 6-7 lakh systems go on to places where people are building new homes. The 1 lakh systems are more often bought by people who have an existing home and want to upgrade their TV experience, from a sound bar to a 5.1. But I will say this, that for us, every consumer is important because, as you rightly said, when someone comes in, whether they're spending 50,000, 1 lakh, 5 lakhs, 10 lakhs, the percentage of their budget that they're spending is always the same. And so it's very important to treat each customer equally because for them, it's as important to purchase regardless of how much they spend. And that's the philosophy we work with.
That Cinebels is the premium partner for the upcoming 2024 Smart Home Expo. What is your take on that? What are you looking forward to now?
Well, like I said, I'm not saying this because this is your podcast. I think we were quite blown away by last year's edition in Delhi. And I think Bombay promises to be bigger and better. I think it's going to be a fabulous platform. The other important thing that Smart Home does that I forgot to mention earlier was there are more and more people always looking to enter the audio space. There are a much larger number of people who do automation, who do security, who provide a bunch of other services to homes. And they're looking to enter audio. I think Smart Home gives them that option to connect with people like us who can provide value to them, not just in terms of products, but in terms of training them, in terms of helping them set up their business in audio and seeing how they can really make an entry to the field. I think that's one thing we're really looking forward to, is meeting a lot of people who are interested in getting into the field and helping them with their ambitions.
It was great chatting with you about the expo, the products, and a lot of knowledge that you have imparted to our audience as well. The demo room is debuting for the first time in the Mumbai edition, so it's going to be a very exciting feature for all the visitors, all the viewers who are watching us right now, that you can come and visit these demo rooms on the level 1 and level 2 of the Geo World Convention Center. It's an invitation for all our viewers to definitely visit Smart Home Expo, visit the Cinebels demo room, as well as the Klipsch Museum. And that's it from us, and we look forward to see you.
Thanks, Sunny, and look forward to meeting all of you and meeting all the viewers in Bombay on the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th.